The Boy Who Collected Echoes. English Story Level 2. Taro lived in a valley surrounded by tall cliffs. When he was little, he learned that if he shouted toward the rocks, the sound came back to him. But unlike other children, Taro didn't shout just for fun. He listened carefully. He believed echoes carried memories of the world. One afternoon, he cupped his hands around his mouth and whispered instead of shouting, "Hello." A soft echo returned, not loud, not sharp, but warm. It made him smile. He decided to collect echoes the way some kids collected stamps or stones. Taro used small glass bottles. Whenever he heard an echo he liked, he opened a bottle and let the sound slip inside. The bottle glowed faintly before he sealed it. Soon, his shelf was full of tiny bottles filled with the valley's hidden whispers. One morning, he heard something new, a long echo that sounded like laughter. But it wasn't human laughter. It was lighter, like silver bells. He followed the sound across the fields until he reached the tallest cliff. He called out softly. The cliff answered with the same sparkling laugh. He opened a bottle to catch the sound, but the echo didn't enter. Instead, it hovered in the air. Then it formed a tiny shape, a glowing ribbon that danced around him. Taro stepped back, amazed. The echo had become a living thing. The ribbon of sound twirled and brushed his hand. It felt like a soft vibration. It tugged his sleeve gently, as if asking him to follow. Taro walked along the cliff's edge until he reached a hidden cave he had never seen before. Inside, the walls were covered with tiny glowing marks. Each mark pulsed softly, like the heartbeat of a forgotten sound. The ribbon settled near the deepest wall. Taro placed his ear against the stone. He heard faint voices, old stories, songs, and memories from people who had once lived in the valley. He realized the cave held the echoes of generations. They weren't just sounds, they were the history of his home. Taro bowed respectfully. From that day on, he released many of the echoes he had collected, letting them join the cave's glowing walls. But he kept one bottle for himself, the silver laugh that had shown him the way. It stayed with him always, warm and bright, reminding him that every sound carried a story waiting to be heard.